Welcome to the Teaching Unfiltered podcast. I'm Cindy, the host of the show, and today we are heading straight into the challenge. I'm packed up and going to a watering hole today as I'm still on school holidays here in Australia, and I have a now 12-year-old as of 5 days ago, and I have to keep her busy to keep her off these screens. So I'm quickly recording before I start the day. Plus, I know teachers are so busy. I know the Aussie teachers, we're all heading back next Wednesday. This is January 2025 if you listen to this later on, and so I know that your time is so precious as you're either white knuckling holding on to the holidays, or whether you are starting to plan and go back into your classrooms. So I don't want to waste a second of your time. So grab a cup of coffee, your favorite drink, favorite pens, digital device, and let's get started because it's day 8 of the Lizard Learning 21-day teacher challenge. Today we're diving into something every teacher needs to nail down before the year begins, and that is your 2025 planner. Now, it's my favorite part of the new year and school year. I get comfortable with a drink and I spend the afternoon transferring all my birthdays over. Yes, I know I'm old school, and any important dates that I need to remember throughout the year. Now, whether you love the smell of a new hard copy planner, which is me, or you swear by your digital calendars, having your planner set up and ready will set you up for a smooth and stressful year. Now, here are 3 reasons why using a planner will make your teacher life so much easier. Number 1, it is organized chaos becomes manageable. So teaching is a whirlwind, as we know, of lessons and meetings and events and deadlines. Now, a planner just keeps all these details in one spot, so nothing slips through the cracks. So with so many pings going off on all our devices all the time, your brain is activated constantly. So if you have the thought that whatever is in the diary is what gets done, then those other 1,000 distractions, they just don't become important. I have the philosophy that if it's not in my diary, it does not get done, or it's not important for today. So that is like if you've listened to other episodes, I've got ADHD. So I have to be very mindful, very strict, and have very clear boundaries around my time. Otherwise, my brain will just be distracted constantly. So if it's not in the diary, it doesn't get done, or it's not important. Number 2, time management. Knowing what's coming up. It allows you to prioritize, it allows you to plan and to stay ahead instead of always playing catch up. I think that was the biggest problem with me when I was teaching. I just felt I was constantly trying to catch up all the time, and I never did. And neither will you, and that is okay. And I think while we can talk about this a lot more, that just makes us feel a little bit more worth it. I think that's when, those thoughts of limiting beliefs and I'm not good enough and I should get out of this job start to creep in, where you think everybody else has it all organized and they don't. So that to-do list is never going to get done. However, just put 2 or 3 things on there a day in your diary, and those are the things that you do. Number 3, it's mental health. It's for our mental health that we need a planner. So there's some really good statistics. There was a study from the Dominican University, and it found that people who write down their goals and their to-dos are 42% more likely to achieve them. And the same goes for our daily tasks. So writing them down, it reduces that cognitive mental load and creates a sense of control. So as teachers, we must control our day through these boring but simple strategies. Otherwise, very quickly, the day is controlling us. Now, let me tell you a little secret. So I am a die-hard hard copy planner fan. I've tried digital. Oh, I have tried. But there's something about putting pen to paper. It's actually research to that, where your brain is more activated when you are doing a physical activity. So with your hand moving across the page, you transfer what you are writing in cognitively a whole lot better. So I don't really have the stats on that, but it's a really known thing, and it does work. So you can color coding by schedule and physically crossing off tasks. Those are the things that work for me. Now, if you head to Lizard Learning Instagram page at lizard_learning, tell me in the DMs if you have a hard copy or a digital planner, or drop the comment at this post. Now, this might be a little bit difficult if you are watching this in, I don't know, 2028, because there'll be quite a few posts since then. But depending on when you drop into the podcast, but as of today, January 2025, it is there ready for comments. So if you see it in years to come, you're going to have to do a whole lot of scrolling. Now, my planner isn't quite the traditional planner, but I do have books for every occasion, and I do journal most days, and I do have a calendar for appointments and a spiral bound book for my work schedule here at Lizard Learning, which tells me precisely what I am doing each day. You might be the same. So you may not have like an exact planner as such, but different writing books or digital apps to help you with the different areas of your life. So even as technology advances, I keep going back to what feels comfortable and effective for me, and that's what you need to do for yourself as well. People will tell you, why aren't you on digital? And it just doesn't work for me. So you've just got to do you and what feels comfortable, because if you do what feels comfortable for you, you're going to commit to it and you're going to stick to it. And then obviously you're going to remember things. So it's like my personal teaching assistant who never judges my crazy thoughts from what I write in there. So you might have the same thing. So I do my journal writing in one book, and I do that every day. And I have my appointments, which is my calendar. And then I have, and it's right next to me now, just all the quick notes that come to my mind is right next to me. So you might have the same type of setup. So don't worry if you don't have just one exact little planner. Now I'm just going to take a quick break, and I'll be right back with a little secret and my last words. There is 50% off the Daily Review Hub until February the 10th, 2025. Now, this discount code, Glitter Glue, has been added to the cart, so it's one less step you haven't had to do. We even love our coupon codes to sparkle, and we create funky fun names. So imagine teaching literacy and numeracy to your primary and elementary school students in less than 30 minutes a day, and doing it in a way that meets your child's individual needs, no matter their academic level. So with our Daily Review Hub, you'll save hundreds of hours a year in planning, giving you the freedom to live your best life both inside and outside of the classroom. Now, our hub, it comes with done-for-you literacy numeracy questions and answers for a whole school year, all backed by the science of learning and 100% evidence-based. Now, this is the home, and I'm so proud of it, of the Daily Review movement. It's trusted by tens of thousands of students and teachers. And the best part, it is a global teaching program. It's suitable for every teacher on this planet. So just head over to lizardlearning.com, grab your 50% discount until the 10th of February 2025. You can subscribe for free. You can trial your daily literacy and numeracy program along with our extra workbooks, lessons and activities before you commit. There are so many juicy things in there. And it won't take long for you to join, and you'll understand that reinventing the wheel each week just doesn't make sense. It costs you time, which is a resource that you can never get back. So your freedom first teaching lifestyle, it starts at lizardlearning.com. So head over there. Now, I have ADHD, and after everything I've created and published at Lizard Learning, I think it's up to about 34 programs and workbooks now. It has dawned on me that I used my system of writing this 5 literacy and 5 numeracy questions on the board every single morning just for my classroom kids. It was self-preservation. My mind as a full-time teacher, it was chaotic. I'm guessing that you understand this feeling. But little did I know, and now as I step into coaching and counseling adolescents and teachers, adults with ADHD, I was creating a plan. So I felt that I achieved everything for my kids. I didn't realize it. I did not realize that it would then even turn into the most popular revision tool for teachers, homeschoolers, and parents. Like it did. I'm so happy because it has led me to doing this podcast and to many opportunities, supports my daughter and I created a free space to have the time to do the work that I love most, and that is helping others with ADHD, or if you think you might have ADHD, or if people think they may have ADHD. So I lived with that knowledge, not knowing, maybe 20 years or so, where I thought that something was a bit different. It's actually started in a step class, I realized, and then just more and more as Instagram came out and I used to see all the reports at school from the kids coming in. I'm like, I've got that and I've got that and I've got that. But also when I was a registered nurse and doing my psych units at uni, I used to think, hang on a second, I've got that. So, and it wasn't until it was 2024 I was diagnosed. So you might be a person that you think you may have it, but you just haven't been diagnosed, and that is totally fine. So I help anybody just with that chaotic mind see that their ADHD, all this, the overthinking, and, it's your superpower. So I just need basically to help them see it, bring it out, then use it to change their life, whether it's to make more money or have better relationships or bring calm into the teacher life. So planning isn't just about you. It's about also the routine, the structure, and the consistency that you bring into your classroom. Because as we know, kids thrive on predictability. And when you're organized and you are more at ease in your whole body language, and it creates a stable environment for them. And as we know, kids are living in instability like no other time in history. So they need that stable environment and they need routine. And that's why the Daily Review Hub, it works so well in classrooms. It's built on these solid principles. So as you set up your planner, think of it as laying the foundation for an incredible year for both you and your students. Whether you're a planner newbie or you could write a book on how to create the best planner, this task is really essential to do, is writing down your goals. Now, set aside time this week to map out your 2025 calendar with key dates, goals, and your intentions for the year. I think I've said it in most podcasts now throughout this challenge. Failing to plan is planning to fail, and that goes for your personal life too. So book an appointment at 3:30 each day and use this one strategy to make sure you leave on time. Trust me, it is going to be worth it. And remember, a well-planned teacher is a happy teacher. So let's get planning and make 2025 super organized and successful. Now, I try to remember this last section on my podcasts, and it's about just my last words. And recently I've missed it on the last few, but in today's episode I remembered. So here it is. And my last words to you to take note, think about, ponder on until we gather again next episode is this. As per my ADHD brain also, it will always just be a random thought, not necessarily anything to do with the episode, but I do promise it will help in a transformation for you in some way in your life, which is the whole intention of this podcast. If you've been watching the news, you will know in January 25, the Palisades community in Los Angeles, it faced a devastating wildfire that destroyed thousands of homes and scorched over 24,000 acres, I believe. And amidst the ashes, stories of resilience and unity emerged like they always do when tragedy hits. Now, Daniel Shemtob, he is a local chef who lost his home. He partnered with the World Central Kitchen to provide meals to those affected and first responders. And there were so many. I was watching Instagram. There was a lady called the Pizza Kitchen, I think, something like that. Anyway, she was out there delivering all these pizzas to all the workers and the fireys. It was so heartwarming to watch, and it really embodies that spirit of community support. And celebrities like Beyonce and The Weeknd, they donated millions to aid relief efforts, and they're standing in that solidarity with the community. And residents, apparently, they have vowed to rebuild with local authorities heading already into reconstruction efforts to restore their neighbourhood. And it just brought to mind a quote by Arthur Luther King Jr. and Martin Luther King Jr., if I said that incorrectly. Even if I knew that tomorrow the world would go to pieces, I would still plant my apple tree today. Now, as teachers, we often face challenges that seem insurmountable. I have thought of many years where I thought, I do not believe that I just got through those last few weeks, particularly when it's leading into school holidays for Christmas. Yet, like the Palisades community, we have the power to plant seeds of hope and knowledge and resilience in our students every day. And I just want you to think about, as we head into a new school year for us here in Australia, I want you to think about wherever you are in your teaching term, that what apple tree will you plant today? Will it be a moment of patience with a struggling student? Will it be an innovative lesson? or just a simple act of kindness towards a colleague. And as teachers, we often focus on planting seeds of hope and knowledge in our classrooms. Usually many podcasts are all about the classroom and the students, but this Teaching Unfiltered is completely different, with my absolute love of psychology and mindset and personal development and self-help. And that's what I'm bringing to teachers. But as you listen to this podcast, I really want you to think beyond the classroom walls too. And what apple tree will you plant today in your own life? Will it be spending time on your personal health, finally starting that daily walk or hitting the yoga mat for 20 minutes? Maybe it's, I don't know, dusting off an old dream, like picking up that guitar again, starting that novel that you've always wanted to write, or reaching out to a friend you've been meaning to connect with. So perhaps it's setting a small goal towards something even bigger, like researching a side hustle or starting that business finally, taking one step towards your financial goals, or blocking out an hour on your calendar for uninterrupted you time. Now, the seeds you plant today in your personal life can flourish into a future where you feel more fulfilled, balanced, and aligned with your purpose. So a little example from my life was I just did 5 literacy, 5 numeracy questions every single day, just with my kids in my classroom. It wasn't a thing. And then I saw the results from one kid, Joshua, and it was all, he was my lowest child in academically, and I received his NAPLAN results, and his results were ridiculous. It wasn't off the charts, but and he was always going to be a child that really sat on a C or was just under a C and failing most things. However, the biggest transition for him was academically, yes, because he was off the chart, as in down below the chart. Then it was his willingness to give it a go. It was his confidence. It was his excitement to come to school again, because he was non-compliant and didn't want to come. So it's those types of things. Now, had I have not planted the seed to go, you know what, I think I can leave teaching, or I think I can give this book writing thing a go. I've got no idea how to self-publish. I've got no idea how to get a book into a bookstore. I've certainly had no idea way back then that I was going to do a subscription, and that this was just going to be the easiest way for teachers to access their daily reviews and that reteaching, reviewing that we all need to be doing in our teaching. So that was me just planting that little seed that has led to me talking to you today, which is my biggest love. So the seeds you plant today in your personal life can flourish into a future where you feel more fulfilled, balanced, and aligned with your purpose. I just wanted to say that again, because those words are just so important. Remember, your life isn't just about the hours between 9 and 3. You are more than your role as a teacher. I know, shock horror, right? You're a person with dreams and goals and passions that also deserve nurturing too. So what apple tree will you plant today? Let me know in the DMs on Instagram, or just go and email me. Cindy@lizardlearning.com. I love to hear from you. So for your students, for your colleagues, but most importantly for yourself, keep planting those and keep nurturing yourself and keep believing in your power to create something extraordinary in your classroom, but also in your personal life too. So as we wrap up today's episode, I want to remind you that you don't have to navigate this teaching journey alone. Here as I can help you further if you are interested. Number 1 is currently the Daily Review Hub is 50% off, only until February 10, 2025. Honestly, you will wonder how you ever taught without this subscription in your life. It is known as the number 1 revision and reteaching tool used daily in the classroom by tens of thousands of students and teachers. So whether you're just looking to save time and reduce stress with the Daily Review Hub, where your Maths and English review program is done for you every day of the school year, it reclaims back so much prep time. Or if you just want that freedom first teacher lifestyle to step away from all the planning, then this is the subscription for you. So head over to lizardlearning.com and you can access that. Number 2 goes a little bit deeper, that if you have ADHD or you're undiagnosed but feel overwhelmed and stuck, and you know deep down it's time to take back your life instead of your life controlling you, that I'm here to help. Whether it's your teacher life, moving toward a different career, starting a side hustle, or a full-blown business, I'll guide you step by step out of the chaos in your mind with simple steps we take together slowly to give you the clarity that you are missing because of this monkey mind of thoughts that you are constantly living with. So reach out to my email, cindy@lizardlearning.com, and we can chat about if we would be a good fit to work together. And it's just about taking that first step. So email me and we can chat. And lastly, head to Lizard Learning, take a browse around. There are so many things for you to access in your teacher life. You can claim all of this stuff on PD hours, so you are not wasting a second of your time. And then just see if there is anything there. There's masterclasses, there's a explicit teaching step-by-step poster if you need that. So that's at the website, lizardlearning.com. And finally, live with intention. Teach with passion and inspire with purpose. And I'll see you in the next episode, which will be day 9 of the 21-day challenge. Hey, if you have enjoyed my podcast so far, I please ask you to subscribe, rate and review wherever you listen. This helps us reach more listeners to inspire, motivate and empower. I encourage you to tag your friends and give the podcast a 5-star review, as this will really help this little podcast grow. If you find any value today, please take a screenshot of the episode with the comment that resonated and share on Instagram @lizard_learning. My love language are words of affirmation, so I love receiving your messages, your kind words, and to know that I'm bringing you content that will move the needle from where you are to where you wish to be in teacher life. Thank you so very much for listening.